Hi, my name is Tara Paterson, the founder of the Mom's Choice Awards, and we're here live at Book Expo America in New York City, and I am with author Mary Ficalora of Choosing Honor. She won a Mom's Choice Award in the inspirational category. Thank you for being here.
Thank you.
Share a little bit with our audience about the book Choosing Honor.
This is a mom's...
Put you on the spot.
Yeah, it's like, tell me a little bit. It's a 2004 reaction piece, sort of. It's the spiritual right. I consider myself quite conservative, and yet was finding religiosity going on that was, to me, what I say in the book, upside down. In that, and it was combined with, I do a lot of walking in my neighborhood. I know all my neighbors. And there was this fear coming at me of my children are not going to be able to live the same style that we are living in. They're not going to be able to live in this neighborhood.
And when
they can't
was this?
afford this house.
You're saying in 2004 is when these people were feeling like that.
That's when I said this book has to be written.
Really?
Right. Well, I live in California.
Okay,
so,
okay.
Just outside Los Angeles. So 2004 was when the average home was $500,000 all of a sudden.
Okay, so this is at the height, or when it was the height of that real estate.
Really peaking the real estate bubble.
Got it. Okay.
And I come from a family that has spent. I have four siblings, one of five. And I knew about the workings of the United States because we were a global family. Okay. I was raised overseas, came back when I was a teenager. So how America works, what it means to be an American, and how money works was a big part of our understanding. My mother comes from farming family, and how do I say this? When my father read the book, he said, "It's so funny. Everybody used to know what you wrote in this book. And now all of a sudden, it's not, nobody knows this anymore."
And so when you say everybody used to know, you're talking about the inalienable rights of being here, or what did everybody used to know?
Our power, our rights. The inalienable rights are the very beginnings of our power. From that comes that sense of not entitlement.
Yeah, right.
Not at all. That sense of
well-being,
power to create our own existence.
Right.
In the United States, that translates to we're the kings, potential king. We are the kings of our nation. Because if you go to the original common sense doctrine before the Declaration of Independence, it was we don't need a king to interpret God's will for us. We can create our own existence. We don't need the king to tell us what God wants us to do. We have the inalienable abilities to bring our own lives into being, and with common sense.
Right.
And that comes down to knowing how money works.
Right.
Because, as I call it in Choosing Honor, I say money is our magic wand, in that how money works directly correlates to how we create our own lives. And this comes in my life from living overseas as an American and shocked and horrified at the living conditions. I was in South America as a young child.
Yeah.
And my brother particularly was very moved and would cry about the disparity.
Yes.
And my mother's answer was, and this is what I'm saying everybody used to know, well, in the United States we don't have this problem because we have a monetary system that enables all of us to realize a good, equal life, not equal life, but a good life that we work for and can get because we have a free...
Because we make choices. And is that part of it too, is what you choose to do with what you have, what you've been given? But I hear what you're saying in that we all have that ability being in this country to have a better life than other countries.
Well, the difference, though, and this is where I'm saying everyone used to know this, there's a monetary system that if it's not equalized and balanced, it creates the imbalance. And we're in a place right now where we can see this.
I was just going to ask you,
so what are you seeing?
What do you say exactly? So what are you seeing now that this has been out since when?
This came out last July.
Okay, so it's been out for about a year. Things were going pretty south at that point. Of course, they've gotten a whole lot worse.
I was right on time.
You were right. You saw it coming.
And because I understood the way money works. And I saw how it was being manipulated in such a way.
So an imbalance.
Yes.
So I hear what you're saying, being squeezed out of the middle
We're
class.
being squeezed
I'm one of
out.
those.
Yeah.
I get it.
Yeah.
And how it's been, and that's why what I meant by choices. When you see it start to go like this, people up here can make choices to help it come back like this.
Right.
But a lot of people don't choose to do that.
Well, and that's where this is why I call it an empowerment book. First of all, rediscover how it's supposed to work, and realize that only moms and ordinary people who know the right way are going to make a change, because the entrenched paradigm of operation in Washington and the bankers and the way the financial structure of corporations is set, they're not going to change it until they get the pressure of the people in society saying society first.
Well, that's what happened, back with the bourgeoisie and all of, that's what's always happened. They finally had to mass, when it hits critical mass, and people say enough is enough. And you can see it happening in little ways. Have you seen it?
Oh,
little
absolutely.
things are starting to happen. You look at the car industry, for example, and people are saying, no, we can't keep doing this. They want more money, and they haven't done anything with what they've been given.
But so far, our politicians are not responding to the people. We need to amp it up a little bit.
And
that's what this is about.
That's what
Get
this
out
book
and
is
do it.
about.
Get out
That's
and choose
wonderful.
honor, because honor is standing for the good of all in the face of the forces we cannot control.
Very good.
Well, standing for the good of all starts a force
that we can stand up and do something.
Right, we can do it. And actually, it's not going to happen until we do it.
Yeah.
And I was reading a writer this weekend, Come Home America, William Greider, and he was saying it's not going to happen until the ordinary people get involved. And he's been watching it the whole time, because until there's that pressure and the power of the people saying, whoa, we're not going to be able to keep our place in business without them. Even in how you spend your money makes a difference. But so that's what it's all about. And I say it's our magic, and it's our spirit. It's who we are, and it's time to be Americans.
Got it.
It's time for Americans to be Americans. Be the citizens. Demand that society comes first.
Yes.
And even look at ourselves.
Take a stand.
Yes.
Take a stand. Well, and I think it starts too with valuing yourself.
Yes.
And valuing your relationships and valuing your family. And then once you can do that, you take it out here, because we're valuable.
Exactly.
Well, Mary, thank you so much for being here. That's a phenomenal
That was a fast
book.
10 minutes.
Thank
you so much.
I know.
Thank you. Okay.
That's so cool. I know. It took a little bit to get there. I wasn't sure. I'd love a copy of your book.
Oh, absolutely.
But I wasn't sure, what you were trying to say at first. But then as soon as it kind of clicked, it was like, oh, okay, yeah.
But it's so funny, because as my editor, when I was working on this, said to me, are you sure you want to tackle all three? You have 3 books in one here. God, family, and country.
Have you had a lot of backlash from people about it?
Well, you know what the funniest backlash is? This symbol.
Really? Why?
The conspiracy theorists. Oh my God, the stuff that's coming at me. And it's funny, because I do go to the root spiritual teachings that you can find. I believe it was what Jesus Christ was using when Pythagoras was using it, the Magi were using it. I go to that.
Oh, yeah.
And that's where the symbol comes from.
Right. Oh, yeah.
But there's
way back.
Way
back. Yeah.
But there's this whole conspiracy theorist movement that sees secret societies at work, deliberately trying to harness society into debt-based structures, which is somewhat true.
Well, yeah, I think there are some that do that, and I think, we've seen movies about some of those or whatever, and I think you get caught up in it, but then you take, the... and I'm going to draw a blank on the name. The Templars, the Templars, and
the first capitalists,
the other one, the other group, the whatever.
The Masons.
Thank you, the Masons, the Freemasons. My husband's father is one.
But see, but what I list in this book, I give 10 absolutes. It's really like steps to power that come from those teachings. But you can turn them any way you want.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, I had one argument with a conspiracy theorist. I said, okay, wait a minute. The Jesuits were out there torturing people, but they were based on Jesus Christ.
The Crusaders.
Yeah, they were based on Jesus Christ's teachings. Does that make what Jesus Christ taught a horrible thing? know. It's what we do with it.
That's exactly right. It's right. It's our choices that we make when we're given information.
Right.
How do we take that information and process it? Right. And what do we do with the information once we have it? But like a gentleman I interviewed yesterday that he's been a 4 or 5 time Mom's Choice. I've known him for years, and I just love him. But he said, you're like one of 17 people in the country that get it. Just because there are just so many people that aren't. They're
not awake.
See it yet. Exactly.
They're just not awake.
But we're about to hit that critical mass.
I think we're getting there.
We're getting there.
And
getting
the realization that. Do we have to get out of here?
No.
Oh, okay.
You're not taping us, are you?
Yeah.
Oh!
You guys totally forgot the camera.